Peace to everyone, and welcome to the premiere of a premium legal and historical investigation, The Shadow of Divine Justice. In this series, we are stepping into the complex world of first-century Roman jurisprudence to track the ultimate courtroom drama of the ancient world, the trial and global appeal of Paul. We are analyzing a high-stakes geopolitical chess match. Our investigation begins inside the complex civic environment of Jerusalem, where an unverified public assembly forces a high-ranking regional administrative intervention. Let's look at the institutional protective shield. To understand the structural layout of this crisis, we have to look at the immediate topography of first-century Jerusalem. Rising directly above the northwestern corner of the massive temple complex stood the administrative fortress, the headquarters of the regional cohort. The commander sat on top of a highly volatile environment. When an unverified public assembly breaks out in the courts over Paul's presence, it triggers a severe breakdown of provincial order. The commander's primary imperial mandate is the preservation of Pax Romana, the Roman peace. He deploys his personnel to extract Paul from the unverified crowd, executing an immediate protective relocation. Look at the profound legal contrast taking place here. On one side, you have an unverified gathering acting out of strategic misinformation, seeking a summary conclusion without an official hearing. On the other side, you have the cold, mechanical reality of Roman imperial law. The moment the commander takes custody, jurisdiction shifts. Paul is no longer at the mercy of localized public tension. He is officially under the administrative protection of the Roman Empire. This sets up an incredible historical irony. The pagan empire becomes the structural shield that preserves the individual so his global mission can advance. In Acts chapter 22, the drama hits a critical forensic turning point. The commander, seeking to establish the facts behind the public disruption, orders an official inquiry utilizing traditional coercive physical metrics to extract a statement. The preparation is moving forward, but Paul stands in absolute calculated composure and drops a massive constitutional question. Is it lawful for you to examine a man who is a Roman citizen and uncondemned? This single question completely paralyzes the room. To subject a Roman citizen to physical coercion without a formal verdict was a severe violation of imperial law. The software of the state instantly rewrites into a high-liability protection operation. Determined to find the verified facts behind the accusations, the Roman commander orders the regional high council to assemble the next morning and positions Paul before them. Realizing the court is structurally rigged against him, Paul prepares to counter the procedural setup. Paul executes a masterstroke of forensic strategy to undermine the assembly's unity. He identifies that the assembly is split down the center between two competing ideological factions. Paul stands and highlights the core philosophical division regarding the resurrection of the dead. Instantly, the opposition collapses into an internal debate and loses cohesion. The Roman commander is forced to step in again to protect Paul after seeing the chaos. He realizes that local regional courts are incapable of administering equitable justice in this case. How does the ultimate authority respond to this legal lockdown? Inside the bleak, silent dark of the secure quarters, the supreme directive stands by Paul and issues a definitive decree. Take courage, for as you have testified to the facts here, so you must testify also in the capital. This is a massive, unbending legal anchor. The Supreme Court of Heaven has officially set the docket. It doesn't matter what localized plots are formed or what administrative delays occur. Paul's arrival in the imperial capital has been locked in by an unbending decree. The capital isn't just a destination. It is a strategic appointment backed by absolute sovereignty. The design metric is 100%, with no variables in the geometry of providence. When your life aligns with cosmic purpose, Systems that attempt to lock you down are used to move you forward. The regional cohort, the administrative protection, and the official custody weren't obstacles. They were the state-funded transport system designed to carry the message straight into the heart of the empire. Let us run a diagnostic audit on your baseline response to opposition and how you react when the environment hits a flashpoint. Are you a disoriented representative who lets unverified accusations or business friction derail your focus? Are you relying on broken local environments to validate your worth instead of standing on your core identity? Or are you a systems-secured ambassador standing with calculated composure under pressure and using legal assets to advance the vision? Stand tall in your true identity, because the opposition you face cannot cancel your blueprint and instead showcases unshakable sovereignty. As we close this episode of The Shadow of Divine Justice, consider what structural barrier or systemic opposition you need to view through the lens of purpose. What conflict are you stressing over that has not already been accounted for on the supreme docket? Step out of the panic loop. Trust the mandate over your life. Stand with calculated composure and watch the barriers turn into the launch pads of your destiny. Thank you for watching. In our next episode, we will track the legal relocation from Jerusalem and the forensic interrogation before Governor Felix in Caesarea. It is all about Jesus.